How do you top your love for your cat? With a cascade of decadent savory gravy over a mouth-watering mousse pâté. Fancy Feast gems. 2 gourmet pâtés in one convenient pack. Simply peel and plate to reveal a pyramid shape that makes eating delightful and pamper her with an experience as extraordinary as she is. Turn the everyday into the extraordinary with Fancy Feast gems.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
For a limited time at McDonald's, get a Big Mac extra value meal for $8. That means 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, and medium fries, and a drink. We may need to change that jingle.
Prices and participation may vary.
This podcast is supported by FX's English Teacher. Last year's critically acclaimed series returns to follow Evan, Gwen, and Marky as they vie for their students' divided attention. See why Cosmopolitan called its premiere season a masterclass of comedy, while Glamour raved it's the year's funniest and most heartwarming new comedy series. FX's English Teacher, all new Thursdays on FX. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by The Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
Tom, what is your favorite unspeakably bad summer camp mess hall food?
Actually, my first introduction into hot sauce was Tabasco hot sauce, and I just put it over everything. And then I realized I grew up and Tabasco is pretty terrible.
Tabasco, bug juice, commercial carrots. I will take all of it over anything you'd serve me on a party boat.
Oh! Kelsey shout out. Okay.
This is Hack Your Knives. I'm Kevin Arnovitz.
And I'm Tom Haberstroh.
And Mina Kimes is with us this week. Mina Kimes of ESPN Daily. You know her from Pardon the Interruption. You know her from Highly Questionable or Highly Quarantined. Mina, this is my favorite Top Chef week of the year. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me back. I'm so excited.
The reason Mina's such a great guest is she gets the show fundamentally. She might be one of 11 people who kind of understand what we're trying to do here. and that affirmation is just the warm glow of my spring. And so I'm very excited.
Well, look, the only thing I don't get is you guys always go to the NBA references, whereas I go to the NFL references, right? We were texting about who is Gregory the Steph Curry, and I was like, no, he's the Ravens. And then I felt a little bit of a disconnect. But otherwise, I think we're on the same page.
All right, well, let's just go. Why is he the Ravens? Give me the football analogy.
Because he's so dominant and he should win it all, and I am so terrified he's going to choke in the finale. And I really don't want that to happen because he's been my dude. I mean, you know how much I love Eric, and Melissa is my girl, but Gregory's been my guy from the beginning. And he's been, like, his run this season, continuing with the episode we're about to talk about, has been remarkable.
He's got win, middle, high, win, middle, win, high. That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
That's so good. Like, were the Ravens ever that good? Like that good?
No, just last season. No. I would say I'm just comparing the 2019 season where they were super dominant. Oh. And it's more of an expression of my own concerns. Like, I will be incredibly disappointed if he doesn't win at this point.
I will too, by the way, Tom.
He deserves it.
And I'm not a front runner normally. You know me. I will be disappointed.
It will be very 2016 Warriors if he loses in the finals. I mean, it goes 73-9 or whatever it is, and then just blow it at the end. And maybe he gets an injury. Maybe he gets an early injury that he can't come back from. And that's why I say Steph is like, he's so much better than he was doubted, coming into Top Chef. I don't think people knew him as this protege. And then he comes in and loses at the last minute in his season, and then comes in and just mowing people down one by one. So, look, Gregory is awesome. He was my number one pick, and I understand that, Mina, you also have a fantasy league going. Can you give us kind of the rundown of how that works?
Yeah, my friends have one. I don't know how it works at all, the point system. It's very complicated. It's not a draft. It's like a week. You pick the season winner, the weekly winner, who's going home every week, and there's some sort of elaborate system. But I've picked Gregory as the season winner since the first week, and I think you're rewarded for that at the end of the season, how long you've been picking them. I was really high on him, like I said, Gregory, Eric, Melissa from the beginning. Very sad that Eric's gone, but still feeling pretty good about it. I've been picking Gregory and Melissa consistently the whole time.
Tom, I have two broad notes about this week before we kind of get into it. The first is I feel like this was finally the long overdue Voltaggio week, because it kind of encompassed all the Voltaggio in his Voltaggio-ness. Like, he has this great quick fire dish that does not honor the challenge whatsoever, so he gets dinged for it. He doesn't seem to care. Not in sort of an arrogant, defiant way. He's just going to cook his food, and there's like one bean in there, and so he can check the box, and he's going to do what he's going to do.
It wasn't even one bean.
It was like he's a marinade of the juice in the canned bean. Yeah. But then he somehow elevates the grossest pantry in the history of Top Chef to culinary art. And so we got the full Voltaggio. I want to talk about that. But I want to also talk about something that Mina and I were texting about offline, which is, and I feel badly because this is going to be my second wholesale critique of the show in the last 2 weeks. And as you know, I love Top Chef, and I think these people are wizards how they do it year in and year out. But, Mina and I were both talking about how it's a little too late in the season for a deprivation challenge. Like, I know there's virtue into turning mess hall cafeteria ingredients into something passable, but I feel like you've got these tremendously talented chefs in a tremendously rich culinary city on the best competition show on television. Could you not sentence them to a prison farm pantry?
If we have to watch Melissa put together a romaine salad with a trash fruit like grapefruit, I don't want to.
Hey! My Ruby Reds are doing me very well. My Ruby Stars are doing me well this cycle.
I can't even get down any grapefruit. It's just too tart. I can't do it. So
God, that salad.
That was the saddest
it was chopped
I've
romaine with
seen.
what? It was a vinaigrette and some grapefruit slices.
That's like the
depressing.
salad, at JFK where you can sit down and order in the table and it's like an $18 salad. That's what that salad reminded me of. This is very outcome based, right? Because I hated the challenge for what you just described, the fact that it happened now. If Melissa had been eliminated, I would have taken to the streets.
Yes.
But the outcome, Leanne, it kind of felt like her time was up anyway. So ultimately it was copacetic, but man, I was ready to be upset.
Look, you can do you can do one deprivation, but two, that's when I'm out. So the double whammy of A, you're going to be in a mess hall, and B, you're only going to have like shitty ingredients. That was over the top. If you're going to do one thing where it's like, hey, you're going to have mess hall ingredients, but we're going to have like a real legit dining room or a kitchen, then that's okay. But when you do the double whammy and then one of the chefs straight up doesn't even have a serving station, I'm like, what are we doing here?
Is this a good time to talk about malarkey? Because I have another confession to make. I'm really taking to malarkey all of a sudden. I don't recall.
1,000%.
I do not recall a season when I have done a full 180 on a contestant ever. I went from thinking this was the most insufferable Top Chef of all time to totally loving. Like, I love the way he amuses Padma, first of all. Like, it's so clearly, she's so clearly amused by him, and I am so amused by her amusement. And then, like, even when he got screwed this weekend, by the way, I thought he had a case, but was like, rather than be a total dick about it, after the competition, he waits till the end. He's like, what happened here? He says his piece, and then he gets self-deprecating. Yeah. You guys are being mean. Like, he kind of, you know what? I kind of like him in the clubhouse. He's a good clubhouse guy all of a sudden.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you. And it was that moment where he after they'd had judges table and he was sitting with them and he said, "You guys weren't being nice to me." Like I loved that. Right. And the prior, was it Restaurant Wars when he had the confrontation, him and Leanne versus Karen and Kevin, right? It was in the... Yeah,
when they stole the plateware.
When they were shopping. Yeah, he was totally good-natured and nice about it. I think he's been immensely entertaining. He does not deserve to be Final Three, and maybe I'll change my tune then. But as a character on this show, I have enjoyed him a lot.
How much were we informed, Tom, by the fact that we learned that he's worth $100 million?
Wait, okay, we got to do some due diligence on this. We have to. Last week, Mina, Joe Flam, season 15.
Love
Joe. Joe's the man. And he goes, guys, you have to understand, all these top chefs this season don't need to be there. They've already got restaurants. They're already worth a ton of money. And he goes, Brian Malarkey, I just looked this up. He's worth $100 million. So, like, what is he doing here?
Okay.
And we had
like
to
one
stop.
of those things
it's
where
like
you Google it. Yeah, I know, networth.com. And they're like, Kevin Arnovitz is worth like $300,000. And you're like, where did you even get that number?
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming is going on here, is that Joe Flam just somehow Googled Brian Malarkey to get some bio information, and he got to networth.net and found that. I have no idea where he got that from, but multiple people, probably two. When I say multiple, it's two people on Twitter wrote back to the Pack Your Knives Twitter feed and said, like, that's actually just false.
Okay. Well, we're going to have – all right, so Mina, you and I, like, we've done some forensics business reporting. This is actually now a project during quarantine. But apparently, he has opened, according to his bio, or the Vail Food and Wine Festival, 15 wildly successful restaurants across the U.S. So
wildly, did he write that?
Wildly, I don't know. I imagine his public relations people probably.
He doesn't need a PR person. He is his PR person. He is a walking PR person.
Right. But yeah, and we'll have to circle back with Flam. But at any rate, like, I'm kind of changing my tune on Malarkey. I find him to be an amusing presence, and again, his capacity to amuse Padma is one of his shining qualities.
You kind of got to see it a little bit when he did that. What was it? A quick fire when he couldn't get the ice cream on the plate, and he just Padma walks up and it was the Phoenix pizza guy from Pizza Bianca. Yeah, so
Chris
they
Bianca.
walk up and they're like, "What do you have for us?" And he's like, "Stop right there. Now, close your eyes. Imagine right now the most voluptuous coconut ice cream you've ever tasted in your life." And she's like, "Where is it?" And he's like, "Don't have it." And the whole room kind of like laughs it off. And that's when you kind of saw that, like, everyone's in on the malarkey. Like, it's a bit. It's got to be a bit by now. And I think I don't know if we asked Eric about it, but I think it's got to be a bit.
I kind of like his overall look too. Like, my man's is wearing cravats. He is wearing, he brought so many hats to Top Chef. He kind of looks like an aging boy band member, but I weirdly don't mind it.
Yeah, my Eric likes his shoes.
I don't think I've ever seen shoes on Top Chef. Do they even show shoes?
Well, I mean, I think it's just part of one's ensemble and wide shots and sitting on couches and stuff. I mean, I think it happens.
Well, let's talk about this episode, guys, because it opens with everyone lamenting the Kevin dismissal, and everyone's really sad about it. Apparently, he made the coffee in the house.
Yeah. By the way, a little news: my sister Pearl Ann, who is an Atlantan, was out on the Beltline, which is sort of like in Atlanta is the green space in town, sort of the trail that takes you through neighborhoods and whatever, and ran into Kevin Gillespie just the other day. And they had a lovely conversation at 6 feet distance. And, we're fans of his food as an Atlantan. Like, we love Gun Show. And they were just kind of schmoozing. I would like the Top Chef producers to know that Kevin was very mum. He did not give up any details about,
did he spill
about
the beans?
his fortunes or anybody's fortunes on the show. No, he was totally above board. But they were just kind of out walking the dog. And there was Kevin Gillespie. And he is doing well in Atlanta. So I look forward to going back and checking out his next venture. He has a place on the Beltline. Sort of I think an upscale beer hall kind of place, but obviously it is closed. I think it is closed. But anyway.
He's got to be the favorite, right, to return from Last Chance Kitchen. No question.
Right. And he's Todd, we got to be pretty close to we're down to 7 now or 6. We're down to 6.
Breaking news. If you watched Last Chance Kitchen, Mina, did you watch this one yet?
I don't mind being spoiled. I haven't kept up with it.
They said he has to beat one more person.
Okay.
And then he's back in the competition.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
He'll be back. I'm pretty certain of that.
It's kind of anticlimactic when it's like the guy who just got eliminated. Like, I feel like it's been that way a lot in recent years, right? Flam, right, was the Last Chance Kitchen versus the Kristen Kish where she had to battle her way back. Right. Like, that is a more exciting format.
What, then they sort of, let's let someone in at week 8, let's set someone in at week 5, kind of that stuff?
Like the guy gets eliminated and then comes back 2 weeks later. It's like,
right.
Probably shouldn't have been eliminated.
But anyway, so beans, good for your heart. And that was the challenge. Where were you on this?
All right. So Pally Mountain, where is that, Kevin?
I think it's up near Lake Arrowhead. So if you drive just an hour and 10, 15, 20 minutes, it's actually much closer than you would imagine. Northeast of LA, you go out on the 10 or the 210, you get to Lake Arrowhead, Big Bear, sort of. And it is like, imagine all the horror movies you watched. Maybe not you as a kid, but like that I watched as a kid, like the Friday the 13th. I mean, I think there's always this assumption that do you remember Christy McNichol and Tatum O'Neal in Little Darlings? Like, I think that's understood. Come on. Little Darlings is amazing. They don't even make movies like Little Darlings anymore. Oh my God. Okay. So 2 teenage girls, the tomboy and the princess, make a bet at the beginning of summer camp who can lose their virginity first. It also happens to be one of Matt Dillon's very first roles. It's the kind of 70s teen sex comedy that you just couldn't even do today. But anyway, I feel like that's the area where every summer camp horror teen romance movie was shot and based between 1978 and 1990 is in this area.
I was very upset that we didn't see like Paul Rudd or Janine Garofalo show up and just do a Wet Hot American Summer quickfire.
That would have been better.
Yeah. So the beans thing, when they showed the beans, I was like, really, we're going to work with beans. But then I kind of, once they saw the variety of different beans, I was like, okay, this makes more sense. So I was Stephanie the entire time. I was Stephanie. I was like, what am I doing? Am I going to make a bean burger? I'm going to make a bean burger. This bean burger isn't working. I'm just going to like throw vomit on a plate. What? Why are we doing beans again?
By the way,
was me.
I love Stephanie. I have a very soft spot for Stephanie, but that bean burger was almost as pathetic as the wilted or the romaine and grapefruit. Poor Stephanie. And she knew it too.
Well, the reason they're doing beans is the episode was brought to you by Beans, I believe, which, by the way, worked because I was on Instacart watching this episode and added 2 cans of beans, I think hunt beans, to my cart. And I was inspired by Gregory, who fried his beans, which, the second he did that, it got me jonesing for beans. Because
you got the crunch. I actually need to do that. I'm going to get my Goya black beans, which are like, I don't know about you in college, but the Spanish Rite and black beans, I must have, with a fried egg was like my standard meal for like 3 or 4 years.
Growing up in Sao Paulo, all we ate was rice and beans for the first 4 years of my life.
God, I love that you grew up in Sao Paulo. Like that is one of the most interesting things about you.
Yes. So we ate just black beans, like a black bean sauce and white rice for all 3 meals until I was 4 years old. So I have a real soft spot for beans. Now, in this episode, we did get Kelsey. Kelsey looks great. Kelsey looks like she's, enjoying the altitude, having a good time. She's there, and we haven't seen her since she won last season.
I see her on Instagram all the time, by the way.
She's a star.
Oh, she is a star. I love following her on Instagram.
And Mina, we actually got some goods from her. She like mailed us that party boat.
Really?
That party boat, like lime Chex Mix type party.
Do you remember
mix.
like she called it puppy chow and it kind of came in a little bag? She sent us the puppy chow, which lasted in my house about 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to go on the record and say, Kelsey, I love you. I support everything you do. Love puppy chow. You can DM me for my address too. That's interesting. They brought back a few of the winners. Feels like this season, let's see. They brought back Stephanie, obviously. Brooke was on this episode. She looked phenomenal.
Brooke is a fixture. She is a fixture.
Yeah, she's kind of entered the,
have you ever been down to her place?
At this point?
Yeah. Have you ever been down to Playa, to her Playa Provision?
Yes. How is it? Delicious. It's
Great.
awesome.
Good
It's super. It's very casual. It's not nothing schmancy. It's very of the area, but it's really good. It's really good brunch food, which is, I guess, makes sense then for this episode that Brooke was here.
Tom, you know what I love about 7 people left? You totally get a sense of like the full rankings. Like you get to find like there's one middle person that finished 4th.
Yes.
Like you obviously know who finishes first. You kind of get a sense of set 2, 3. Like it's the 7. The dynamic with 7 is interesting that way. I thought Leanne was going to have a great week because she comes in with that black bean empanada, the peace slaw. I was so happy for her. Like, so we have the funny thing about Leanne is she's so infectiously nice and funny and self-deprecating, but she's also a mess.
Yes.
It is constantly colliding with like inanimate objects.
She's cutting herself and just
she sweats a lot in the kitchen, which is totally me. Like you get me in a, like I'm over the stove, like I'm schwitzing. Like she is so beleaguered in every challenge, but I'm just become such a fan of hers. She's like kind of the consummate underdog in the show, which is ironic because my understanding she's also a producer and is on that staff. So
on the Top Chef staff?
Yeah, she is a producer for like the first 4 seasons of Top Chef. She's a producer.
Wait,
I know.
Really?
This is very much Last Dance.
Yes.
This is the Last Dance. She's kind of she's gaming the system. Yeah.
She was the culinary producer for the next 4 seasons of Top Chef, where her duties included sourcing and styling the ingredients for the various challenges, as well as determining the budget, equipment restrictions, and the time limits. This is really interesting.
That is fascinating.
She's like in there. She almost like.
I think it was the 4 seasons, Tom, after her first appearance.
So with this particular episode and her Death by Clafouti, I think is how she put it.
Yes.
On Top Chef, when a chef has an issue with like an oven that was, or a burner that was turned off, or I think in this case, Brian had set it to steam or something. I don't remember. As a viewer, sometimes it can be hard to evaluate, okay, whose fault was this really, right? Most of the time, we have no idea. I think with her, though, it's happened so many times at this point. Like there's been so many kitchen snafus that while I do enjoy her, she seems like a lovely person, I wasn't particularly sympathetic to her plight.
Yeah. And she said, I think she said at one point, I should have checked on it.
Right.
To make sure that it was in the right cooking dial. So was it Malarkey or was it Voltaggio?
No, I think she said, was it Voltaggio?
I think so. I don't know. It wasn't a thing to their credit, right? It didn't become like she wasn't playing the blame game necessarily. I knew Voltaggio. The second, by the way, that this was like a mom's challenge, I was like, Volt's got this in the bag.
Why did you say that? Oh, because he's like he's the
Are you kidding me? Have you seen him?
He's the sex icon on the show.
That guy's like moms. Yes, 1000% is like I mean, he's not he's not my Voltaggio, but he is like mom bait to the max.
Did you catch that stray that Mike Voltaggio got on this episode?
No.
Brian said, did you go to summer camp with Mike? And he was like, no, if the summer camp didn't have a spa, he couldn't go.
Woo.
By the way, have you noticed that chefs hate the outdoors in general? Like,
oh my God, Gregory
other than
was
Cherry,
so funny.
who's a little Colorado and a little fleecy, I can't recall a chef who was excited to go to the outdoors.
Yeah, so I thought Leanne, she got kicked off. Did she get kicked off on the Colorado in the snow? I know she harkened back to that and said, "Oh, I've been getting PTSD from that."
I thought
episode.
I thought she had a sickness or.
Oh, that was right. The altitude where she was
right. She was pregnant, right?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh.
And she.
By the way, that Clafouti error, I was surprised that it was as presentable as it is. As somebody who owns a steam oven, if you screw up that steam oven, your food just turns to mush. Like it's just. Because it'll just completely, that's what it turns to mush.
Her donuts are a good example of why I've been reading about like people having cooking competitions via Zoom, and you're like, how do you do that? The donuts are a perfect example why you can't do that because they look bomb.
Yes,
like the visual of them, I was like, oh God, I want to eat that. And then all the judges,
that coffee, that
destroyed
I was so
them.
Excited. I really thought I turned. I was like. She is so smart for making the sweet items because no one ever really fucks up the baking on this show. Not everybody can do it, but if you do it, it is hard to go home for a dessert. It just is. And I mean, do we realize how close Melissa came to coming home? If not for the steam oven knob, we are having an entirely different conversation.
I have a theory about that.
All right.
I think because she Leanne had 2 bad dishes. Melissa had 1 good one bad. Malarkey had 1 great one bad. So I think in the spirit of you didn't get anything right, Leanne goes home. Melissa, she might have been the next one home, but I don't think she was all that close because she at least had a good dish, right?
No, what I'm saying is if not for the – because here's the thing. If she doesn't put that steam – if that oven is not on steam, she's got a good dish. I am absolutely convinced of that. Like she's done it before. She knows how to do these brunch bakey items. It's actually – I wouldn't say it's an easy dish, but it doesn't need to be invented. Like it is – that shit is good. It is just this yummy pastry-ish berries. You can't really as long as you nail the chemical specifications, like temperature, like oven setting, like you're not going to go home for that. That was going to be a tasty dish. And then it's really are her donuts as bad as Melissa's salad. But the thing about Melissa's salad is it wasn't just bad. It offended their sensibilities.
It offended my sensibilities.
Right. Like Tom does not like his sensibilities to be offended. There is a spirit to this show. Part of that spirit is ambition. You don't phone it in. He's right.
I was hoping we got like a Padma really, really condescending just diss on Melissa. It didn't really happen. The one that she did give out was to Steph's burger. She goes, was I supposed to eat this as a burger? I was like, oh no. Felt so bad for Steph. But there wasn't even I thought Melissa was just going to get killed for that salad dish. But
she kind of got killed in absentia. I mean, when she went back, they were pretty rough. Mm-hmm. All right. Speaking of Padma, all right, I have a question for you, Mina. I want you to rate on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being utterly sincere, 1 being utterly insincere. When Padma tells the table of moms, quote, I would rather be here with you guys, but I have to go to judge's table. On what scale? So she's after they kind of sample all the food, they go and kind of work the room, right? And so she sits down to talk to the moms, like, hey, what was your favorite dish? What was your least favorite dish? And then at a certain point, after they've chat for a little while, she gets up and says, hey, I would rather be here with you guys, but I have to go off to judge's table.
Hello, listener. It's producer Maze here to talk to you about Kindred. Now close your eyes like Owen Wilson during a job interview and imagine a way to travel that feels personal, comfortable, and connected without the price tags and the sterile feelings of hotels or short-term rentals. Now open your eyes and stop using your imagination because Kindred has made it very real. That's exactly what they do. Kindred is a members-only home swapping network. It's not a hotel. It's not a short-term rental. It's a smarter way to travel where each stay feels like home. Here's how it works. With Kindred, your home is your ticket. You earn credits by hosting fellow Kindred members, and then you use those credits to stay in over 220,000 homes in more than 100 cities worldwide. There are no hotel costs or rental fees, just the credits that you've earned. Every stay comes with white glove service, 24/7 trip support, and $100,000 in host protection. Make it easier for you to travel and enjoy yourself and not worry about details. I've used Kindred and I found an amazing home for a weekend getaway in an idyllic location with amazing views and great ambiance. It had everything I needed. And the best part was, it cost me $0. So apply now at livekindred.com and use code DINGS to join for free. Plus, you'll earn 5 nights of travel credit just for signing up. That's right, that's 5 whole nights for free at livekindred, KINDRED.com, code DINGS, DINGS, livekindred.com, code DINGS.
Listener, listen up. This is important, okay? I'm going to try to save you some money here. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. You may think like, oh, that's bad. No contracts. No monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. You heard that correctly. $15 per month. Ditch overpriced wireless and the jaw-dropping monthly bills. And of course, there are all these hidden fees and stuff, but at Mint Mobile, plans start at $15 per month. All the plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text. You're not doing like weekend and nighttime minutes or anything like that. and it's delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone. Don't have to get a new phone. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. I switched months ago. People have asked, did you actually switch? Yes, I actually switched months ago, and I don't know what to do with all this extra money. I've cheated the system here. I've rigged something. This is an Ocean's 11 situation where I'm stealing wireless from Mint. That's how good a deal it is. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/dings. That's DINGS. That's mintmobile.com/dings. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 per month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Hello, listener. It's Producer Maze here to talk to you about Quince and their cookware. Cooler nights mean cozy meals at home, and Quince's cookware has made fall cooking so much more enjoyable. Their pieces deliver the quality and performance of luxury brands, but at a price that makes sense. And they look gorgeous on the stovetop, too. No matter what item you need to complete your kitchen, Quince has you covered. With 5-ply stainless steel pots and pans, nonstick skillets, chef-quality knives, and even ceramic bakeware, which is perfect for cozy casseroles or Sunday roasts. And when you look at these prices, you might think, how is Quince doing this? How do they deliver high-quality items similar to high-end brands that are half the price? Well, let me tell you, they partner directly with ethical top-tier factories to cut out the middlemen and pass the savings on to you. And it's not just cookware. I got myself some bath sheets. That's right. When you're a tall man, you have to use bath sheets, not bath towels from Quince. It's like drying off with a cloud. It's incredible. Upgrade your kitchen for cozy fall meals with premium cookware from Quince. Go to quince.com/dings for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/dings, DINGS, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dings.
This episode is brought to you by 20th Century Studios' new film, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, starring Golden Globe winner Jeremy Allen White and Academy Award nominee Jeremy Strong. Scott Cooper, the director of the Academy Award-winning movie Crazy Heart, brings you the story of the most pivotal chapter in the life of an icon. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Only in theaters October 24th. Get your tickets now.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
She would not. She would not like to be there.
She is a mom.
She is a mom.
Yeah. So, I think she probably does, like, it is part of her brand. That sounds so cynical, but I do think she is very, like, engaged with motherhood and that kind of thing. And moms are a big part of her audience. That said, I think she would rather burn in hell than spend an entire day there. I said to you, I thought she's been kind of surlier this season. You disagreed.
No.
I don't want to get into. I love it, to be clear.
But tell me the root of your. I don't disagree. I just have a different impression.
I'm just kind of picking up a little some vibes. I don't know. That's her energy though, which I respect. Right?
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Speaking of the moms, or I guess how they were happy. I noticed. Stephanie made, I think she called it breakfast salad, which crazily ended up being maybe the only dish with eggs.
Yeah.
Is that right? And the moms were like, this is like something I could make for my kids, which is on one hand damning from a chef's perspective, kind of whatever. But on the other hand, I was thinking the exact same thing when she made that. I was like, wow, I could actually, that she just like took a bunch of stuff in her fridge and kind of threw it together and it looks good.
Again, why don't they have real ingredients? Like, I don't want to see this late in the game that like her having to use like 2 or 3 ingredients that are very basic. Same deal with Melissa. I just think at this point you want to have we're getting into that whole, like, we're going to go ship you guys across the world to the finals. And I just think that's an example of how this episode just did not hit. It did not hit.
How about my man's Gregory, though, like, making the most basic ass food? He made a fruit salad and then mushrooms with tomatoes and spinach. And they all loved it.
Yeah,
they loved it. I mean,
although Tom did to his in character for Tom, and I kind of agree with him, is that, he kind of did the less we talk about that fruit salad, the better. Yeah, even though it was good, it had some heat, and the vanilla. But Tom wants to see you push yourself, and I think that's what's so interesting to your point, Mike, is Voltaggio, who's an elevated chef. I mean, he is, in terms of technicality, at Tom, something you always bring up, like, he was the first guy ever to use tweezers in a mess hall. Mm-hmm. And you would think that might put him at a disadvantage. He tends to thrive when the challenge demands technicality. And yet, I was kind of shocked. Like, I really thought this could be a problem for him because of his just absolute, almost rigid devotion to elevated food, even in situations where that might be to your detriment.
Maybe that. So you guys don't watch Project Runway, do you?
No.
This kind of reminded me of, there's an unconventional materials challenge where they have to make like a dress out of paper and leaves or something, and often the person who wins is the best craftsman, right? Someone who can take the crappy ingredients and make something elevated out of it. Whereas in a normal challenge, they might overdo it or overthink it or not be super creative, but just that craftsmanship and tailoring. And maybe that's sort of worked to Voltaggio's advantage here.
Yeah, he was, I mean, not only were the moms swooning for him, but he had his laugh going pretty good.
It's so disarming because it's the last thing you expect to come out of his mouth.
And you're like, what? That's him? That's the Dad Voltaggio guy? That's his laugh? He was, when he did that pork belly, like how did he end up with that pork belly? Like, that was incredible. That looked like, that was delicious. Like that's
just bacon.
I know. It just looked like his
super thick. Yeah.
Yeah. It looked like his ingredients came from like a real pantry.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Gregory can't even get eggs. He's working with spinach, tomatoes, and mushroom. I did love what Tom said about how, you can get a great umami flavor with such simple ingredients. You don't necessarily need all of, the full pantry. Again, I'm so in the tank for Gregory at this point. I can't be unbiased.
Kevin, did you see he did a little habanero in his fruit salad?
I know. I saw. Ever since I rubbed my eyes after cooking with habanero, I've never had it in my house ever again.
It's a bad move.
It was so bad. It was so painful.
The only time I've ever had it in my house is when I did the challenge for Tom, and I had to drink almost a full gallon of milk after.
Yeah. Oh, shouts to the pepper challenge. You did a habanero, and it was delightful. It was. Bro. I remember it like it was yesterday because it was real pain. Real pain.
And of course, I just sent Tom a check, and I'll do it again. I just sent a check. I ain't a circus seal.
Mina, did you know that scientifically, like the molecular biology of hot foods and trying to diffuse it is, instead of milk, you should do citrus. So like squeeze a lime in your mouth or squeeze a lemon in your mouth, and it diffuses it pretty good. So just FYI.
News that could have come to my attention yesterday, Tom.
I know. So
years ago when I did that.
That might explain a lot, Tom. Like, that's why people put lime on a lot of those dishes.
Yeah. It just kind of mutes it a little bit, and doesn't have it like searing your brain for 2 hours. Right.
Like even Vietnamese food has those. You do coffee or lime leaves. It kind of offsets, or even the lemongrass with the kind of hot chili. Mina, what are you eating? Give me your like weekly food regimen during quarantine.
Beans, fried beans.
Yeah, some beans. I just got a grocery order, which is always, so I do the Instacart, right? Where you can see the person shopping, and sometimes they make like wild substitutions. You're like, wait, I ordered clementines and those are tomatoes. But then you don't want to complain because you feel like you're a like evil capitalist pig in an episode of Black Mirror. If you're like, excuse me, I was trying to make this kind of omelet, so I'm just like, hey, whatever you can get, man, I'm grateful. So I've been doing a little bit of cooking, And then, supporting local businesses. A lot of ordering from Hail Mary in Atwater. Love that spot. All time, East LA. I feel like we order from a lot of the same spots.
Yeah. You cooking at all?
A little bit. Yeah. I've been doing some baking. Doing, I'd say more cooking than usual. I don't know. I feel like 50% of my life now is just loading and unloading the dishwasher.
It's amazing.
Right?
Like I am logging at least an hour and 45 minutes a week.
But you were cooking before all this went down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's interesting, like in terms of volume, and I mean, I'm trying to get a little more ambitious this week, and I brought out Sean Brock's cookbook. I'm going to try to do his fried chicken in a couple of weeks. So I'm really excited for that. I actually ordered the sorghum syrup from the place he recommends in Tennessee. So I'm getting some gold Carolina rice, Tom. I'm really I'm kind of getting sick of my own food, and I'm doing all right. Like I'm doing well. And also the funny thing is I gave up red meat this year just as an experiment, and it's like the wrong year to do it because I need more variety. Because like chicken again.
It's like when my husband was vegetarian and went unvegetarian. I don't know what the word is for that, but started eating meat again. Could not have been timed better as God before all this began.
Yeah. But we have so many nice options. Yeah, go ahead.
My buddy texted me and said, by the way, I took Kevin Arnovitz's recommendation and made some Porter and York purchases. Wow, those airline chicken breasts are fire.
They're unbelievable. Because if you're like me, I got to be honest, like, white meat's usually terrible. Like I'll never get white meat when I can get dark meat. And these airline breasts are what Jelina's recipe calls for. So I was like, where the fuck am I going to find airline breasts? And I kind of start Googling. There's this great place and like it's free shipping and they also do salmon and it's up in Seattle, I think in Woodinville, Mina.
Yeah, my buddy Brian's in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, by the way, I should not to be like, excuse me, but I should just tell Porter. I think I've sent Porter in York no fewer than 8 to 10 customers, and they're amazing. And those airline breasts are just all purpose, and it's so easy.
Really.
Also, brining, as I went on this show last week, like where's brining been my whole life? Like, just why am I not brining? Why have not been brining chicken? It's so easy as long as you have an extra day.
I've been doing a lot more like thigh recipes, like one pot thigh, slow cooking. But I got like what I really miss, like, so I get takeout from some of the places we've been talking about. Not saying I'm a hero, but I really miss like Korean food because it's just not the same. Like this has been an interesting time, right? To kind of realize, okay, what sort of restaurant takeout tastes as good. Yeah, exactly. And man, I miss Korean food so much.
Like so many restaurants, they have to be home games.
Right.
Yes.
It's like Bavel and Bestia, which I love, and I love supporting them. But a lot of times you bring it home and there's this direction sheet. And the next thing you know, you're doing dishes and you're heating up pots. And it's like, okay, this is great food. And I appreciate the prep it requires. But the whole damn point of me doing takeout is it gives me a break.
Last night we got burger and fries from our favorite. We got our favorite like restaurant here. And we just did some takeout of burger and fries. The fries take home doesn't really work. You need some fresh fries. Sit down at the restaurant, eat those damn fresh, piping hot. When you take home fries, they don't have a great shelf life, guys. They don't. And they gave us like a paper bag full of these fries, and they're great fries when they're fresh, but we just couldn't consume them last night. So I tried to reheat them today. It just didn't work. I had to smother it with like a truffle olive oil and like throw some Parmesan just to get it down. Because French fries just don't have a good shelf life. That's what I'm learning in this pandemic.
Hey, Mina, Tom, so let's handicap the rest of the season.
Yep.
We're down to 6. Oh, do we want to talk quickly? And I know you haven't seen it. Let's talk quickly about Last Chance Kitchen. Leanne goes. She's got it's a 3-round Last Kitchen. They got to fry an egg. They got to do a classic French omelet, and then they got to do a take on eggs Benedict. Kevin, perfect fried egg. Then Leanne comes back with the perfect French omelet, and then it's a close call at the end. But Kevin ekes it out on the hollandaise sauce. Do you know what I did yesterday for the first time? I made a classical French omelet. And you know what? I mean, I took a little of Leanne's. I spread some extra butter at the end.
Ooh.
You know, I did okay.
Good job.
It is like, it was really fluffy. And as it had that Tom thing where he said, you know, it almost tastes like it has cheese in it. It did. Now I use these great duck eggs, but I have been inspired by Last Chance Kitchen. I am going to be a French omelet guy a couple days a week now. It was excellent. But Kevin's on his way. We're down to 6 with Kevin lingering in Last Chance Kitchen. How do you handicap the rest of the season?
Yeah, Kevin, I just want to say, I liked the Last Chance Kitchen better than I liked the actual show. On this particular week, I was all in on this Last Chance Kitchen.
Oh, it was a great LCK.
It was a great episode because they did like the technical. I like these ones where they have to do like the right French omelet and it has to be perfect. You know, Tom was like, hey, you need to make it over easy. And they had to like make it technically perfect. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a great Last Chance Kitchen. It's so much so that I found myself enjoying this episode of Last Chance Kitchen than the actual show. So you have 6. We have 6 chefs left. And maybe I'll put it this way, because just to bring it back to fantasy, Mina, Kevin has Kevin Gillespie, Karen.
The ship be sinking.
Stephanie, and Malarkey. 4 chefs left. Who do you think is his best odds? Who do you think has the best odds of those 4? Karen, Gillespie, Stephanie, Malarkey. Who is the favorite on Kevin's team right now?
Oh, you have all of those guys? Okay.
Well, basically, I have 3 of the 6 plus Kevin.
Yes.
Who's lingering.
Karen, Stephanie, Malarkey, and Gillespie. Keep in mind, Gillespie's still in Last Chance Kitchen. If he's in the competition,
so you're
he's
considering
easy.
he has to battle his way back. I kind of think Karen.
Yeah,
she's a good chef.
Did not love her using her hand to mix the corn grits.
Oh, you were grossed out by that? Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's like the time right now. I'm just like,
Also, corn is particularly unappetizing when it's being stirred into something.
Yes. God, her food looked good though. What she ended up making.
That little cake was good.
She's so good at this.
We're down.
She's really good at Top Chef.
1,
Karen,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people are left. You said.
Yeah, plus Kevin. Yeah.
Okay, so
Tom's got the top 3 seeds. I mean, come on.
I got Gregory, Voltaggio, and Melissa left. Yeah.
See, I think Voltaggio might have peaked this episode.
Ooh, I disagree.
You think he's peaking at the right time?
I think he's LeBroning it. I think he's LeBroning it. I think he's coasting regular season and then fucking stepping pedal to metal for this stretch run.
And I have to assume, Mina, that we're about to get into, okay, enough of the novelties and the summer camps and the, cook something while you're, while you're on a trapeze with only the whatever you can find in the trunk of your car. Like, we're about to get to, okay.
Like the emotional episodes. Like, make something that reminds you of your childhood.
Right. Or just, frankly, here's a full kitchen. Here's a full pantry. We're not going to give you a ton of parameters. Just go fucking cook. And I just think he's dangerous. He's lurking in the weeds. And when that stuff comes up where you don't have to honor a challenge or deal with these silly parameters, and I love the parameters generally, but I'm saying if you're Voltaggio and you're just a technical chef where, okay, give me a wide berth and I will go through that berth.
I do like him. He seems like a great guy and his food does look good, but this is why I wish Eric was still here. Like every episode with Eric, I'm like, wow, I'm going to learn something. Mm-hmm. And he's going to make something I haven't seen before. And I feel like Voltaggio is just like every time he comes, most of his dishes remind me of things I've had at restaurants. I don't know. Or it's just not exciting to me in the same way. So I'm
with you.
I'm not his biggest fan.
Melissa takes one on the chin this week, both in both quickfire, but I'm not deterred. I'm just not deterred. She's going to cook. And also, let me tell you something. She's as good technically as anybody. I mean, I know Voltaggio's in a space there, but she is. I mean, if in the interceding season since her first appearance on the show, like the technical growth is insane. Like she is. I mean, I know she had a weird week, and she kind of was probably a lack of assertiveness in the kitchen. I better make a leafy green, but left her own devices. I mean, she's going to be a tough out for Gregory.
Yeah. That's it's hard to pick between the two of them at this point, I'd say.
Gregory hasn't had a bad episode. Like Melissa just had her bad episode. She cleansed out that she like every team has to go through that one game or that one like week stretch where they're just eating it. And
okay.
And
but Tom, let me counter.
She was playing hurt too. It wasn't even like it wasn't like she was technically poor.
She got ahead of romaine.
She was hamstrung.
And grapefruit.
Right. But I will argue.
No nuts, no seeds.
Here's the counter argument. I'm going to list the number of chefs who have more points in our system over the last 3 weeks than Melissa King. If you're just looking for a counter argument.
Yeah.
Gregory, Voltaggio, Leanne Wong, even with the elimination.
That's your sister.
Kevin Gillespie, even with the elimination. Karen, Stephanie, Malarkey. Okay, so you could argue like she's still like she obviously you know how I feel about her, but it's not just like a 1 or 2 week thing. In the last 3 weeks, she has fewer points than everybody, including several of the eliminated chefs.
Yeah, but in the previous 4 weeks, if we're going to do some arbiary endpoints here, Kevin.
Yeah.
All right.
Restaurant Wars. Come on, Restaurant Wars. You got to throw that. That was the other thing, right?
Yeah, that's true.
She had to execute Kevin's insane vision. I just love her and Gregory as human beings. They seem delightful too.
Yeah.
I think it's Gregory at the top. I'm going to go Voltaggio 2, Melissa 3, Karen 4, Gillespie 5, Malarkey 6, Stephanie 7. How does that sound?
I have more confidence in Gillespie if what you're telling me is they're only one.
There's
so
one.
Basically, he plays the loser of next week, and the winner returns to be number 6. So we're going to kind of basically – so if that's what you're telling me – now, granted, you would say, okay, but he's got a 50-50 chance next week, or even if you think he's a favorite, it can't be much more than 60-40 against any of those eliminated chefs. That would lend you take the field. But, yeah, it's interesting, Tom. I mean, I would put Gillespie a little farther up because I think if he gets back in, he's going to be a juggernaut. The only error he did was sort of this overly ambitious stubbornness when it comes to building a restaurant. Take that out, and he's been as good as anybody.
Yeah, but he's in the
Gregory
playing
deserves-
field. Yeah, that's the thing. So you're putting him above Karen right now.
Above Karen and maybe even, well, again, the binary situation next week. I think if he wins next week, I'm putting him at second behind Gregory.
Really?
Yeah. If he wins next week, if he gets back in the competition next week, or 2 weeks, I guess it would be from now, I'm putting him right behind Gregory. I just am.
I go Gregory, Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa's
Gregory, Melissa. Yeah, you guys are. I mean, they're putting just too much recency bias here because of this bullshit challenge, and then the restaurant wars. Come on.
Yeah, we were talking about Melissa being the GOAT like 2 weeks ago, and now it's
let's dial us down a little.
And now
bit.
I'm like,
Gregory. Honestly, I wasn't here, but he deserves just for the strategy alone in Restaurant Wars. He deserves to win.
Yeah,
unbelievable stuff.
I have a couple questions for you guys.
Student of the game.
A couple questions to both of you. Is because I know you guys are both wordsmiths. Wiltedness, is it a word?
Ask Mina. Mina does the Saturday crossword in like 18 minutes or less probably. So I'm just starting the New York Times as a ritual in the last few months, but ask Mina.
Mina, is wiltedness a word? It was uttered on this show, and I just don't think it's a word.
First of all, my score today was 13-11.
Oh, jeez. You are
on a Saturday.
You are a monster.
And yeah,
are you
I
just
think
leaning
it is
back in your chair as you say that? Just 13.
No, I was looking at a screenshot I took to text to people.
Even better.
Yeah, I think what other permutation of the word wilted could there be? I mean, I guess wilting.
Yeah. Wiltedness. It's a great word. It's a great shout out on this episode.
I'm still pissed off about goat herd this morning.
Is that about the spinach? Oh God, goat herd. Yeah,
goat herd is.
I had a feeling about that.
That's a bullshit. It's one who does this, so it's not like a goat herd is not one. It's a bullshit clue. I'm sorry. This is like we now have lost everybody in the audience except the one New York Times crossword subscriber.
All right, I'm gonna bring it back here.
I'm getting off it.
I think this is a good one. This is a good question. Tom Colicchio goes into the mess hall. She sees all the women, And all the guys are like, Tom, are you like miserable right now? And he goes, this is my fan base. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
And Kevin, I thought it was the
Yes.
opposite. I thought his fan base was gay men.
I don't know where that came from. I mean, I'm a gay man and I like Tom. I mean, but I like Tom as a professional. I like his gravitas. Like I like whatever. I like his sort of understated humor, but I don't understand. Like my Eric is sort of insistent that he's a gay male. I just don't see it.
Just certain, yeah.
I mean, no, I'm not like, that's not an insult. Like I just don't, I mean, having been out for nearly 30 years, like I can tell you, I have a pretty good power rankings of gay icons. I didn't know Colicchio was on it until someone told me, and I'm still a little incredulous.
I know a lot of gay men who love Tom Colicchio. I feel like, the epic handshake meme?
Like love him because, hey, Top Chef's a great show, or hubba hubba love.
No, he's like, he does
the
it for
epic
them.
handshake. So you're saying suburban moms and gay men? Suburban
moms and gay men who like bears. Like it's right in the middle. I don't know. We can't pick our fans, man. Like this morning I tweeted about how terrible Lil Dicky is, and my mentions are just full of like white guys in their 20s. But that is my fan base. This is what I have wrought. So
it's so funny you say that, because like
Lil Dicky and I.
When
same fan base.
Like being a national sports writer, it was like, I was joking to someone several years ago. I'm like, what a waste. Like I cannot like because here's the thing, like my desired objects, which are, like I want to meet like, sexy gay men or whatever. And like, it is zero currency. I was like, I could probably lay a straight guy quicker than I could lay a gay guy with this particular job.
The one time this has worked out for me is when I went on your show and I was last season, and I was like, I love Eric, and Eric followed me. I was like, wow, finally.
Mina, I have an update on that front. I actually invited him.
I gotta sit down
10 minutes ago to this call. And
you could have told me that an hour ago, and I could have taken a shower.
When you were debating whether to take a shower to come on the show, I was going to text you, I think Eric might be joining us, just to seal the deal.
Could have used that info.
And Eric texted me back and says, oh man, I'm doing my virtual class at the moment. I feel terrible because yes, I would love to come on with Mina.
I'm a big... I stan Eric. I said when once this, because I know he's got his thing going on in DC, right? Once this is all over, I'm taking the PTI, ATH, HQ gangs to whatever he's got going on in DC. What is his venture right now? It's not a restaurant, right? He's got like
it's like a stand at a
mobile
food
thing?
hall, I believe. It's like,
how does he not have a restaurant? I would fucking. Anyways,
all right. So all right. Let's review this. Can we review this season? So that was a heartbreaking exit for Eric, who goes out for his.
So bad.
And we had him on the show just coincidentally. We were like, hey, in week 6, can you come on to the show? And he's like, yeah. We thought it was going to be, or it was week 7, right, Kevin? Or week 8, because it was Restaurant Wars.
I'm bad at the number weeks.
Yeah,
he's the D'Antoni, right, of Top Chef. Like the ideas are so brilliant, and sometimes just like the execution and in the construct of the show. He
was my second pick, Mina. So I took Gregory number 1, and then Eric Ajapong. And Kevin, I believe in the draft you were upset about that. You were like, I knew you were going to take Eric there.
Well, no, because it was a tough call for me, because my irrational chef love is with Nene. Right. I just am convinced that I know she's gone out twice relatively early, and I just think she's like the best chef who's not fulfilled her potential through some kind of very
Steve
technical
Nash?
snafus.
Like someone who's like win percentage.
Right. Like going out on like front of the house, whatever. Yeah. And then going out, I forget, on that sort of the single best performance week in the history of Top Chef, like 5 dishes. Each of the like going out double elimination, and that is a dish that would have won in other weeks.
She's also creative and inventive.
Exactly. And she kind of melds multiple traditions. Anyway,
Jennifer, Leanne's out, Lisa Fernandez, Jamie Lynch, Angelo, Joe Mustache.
God, it seems like weeks ago. It was weeks ago. I mean, it was months ago.
Mina, we had Joe Flam last week, and he was talking about how he misses the innocence and the competitiveness of non-all-stars, of like these Top Chef contestants are hungry because they're like on the up and coming list rather than the here list. We're here. So do you have that sense in this season? Are you wishing sometimes that these confessionals weren't so polished because they know the game? They know what they're doing on Top Chef. They've been here before. Or do you like Top Chef All-Stars?
I am really enjoying this season just because the quality of the competition is so fantastic. There's so few duds, right? There's been, and even a chef like Lisa, who was a actual nightmare her season, like to come back, didn't get far, but she got like a little bit of a redemption arc, I felt. I like the lack of drama generally. I don't watch Top Chef for drama and bullshit, fighting and sort of fabricated storylines. I want to see like people work in, challenging constructs and come up with creative and interesting food. And so I think the season's been spectacular in that regard.
Yeah, I agree with Mina. I think there's always a trade-off. I mean, you're right that everyone's sort of an underdog. Everyone, and yes, Kevin's got a really kind of heartening backstory this year. You want to see other people succeed, but so yeah, there's always a sacrifice. But I'm with Mina. Like at the end of the day, like I love food, and I said it in our very first episode ever. It's like watching chefs to me, like watching LeBron. Like I'm amazed what these people can do, and I kind of just want to be amazed throughout the show, and I am. And the better the chefs, the more amazed I am, and that's kind of what I come to it for.
Yeah. You know what else I love about the season? I just want to throw this. I forgot to mention. I love the mutual respect that you see.
Yeah,
and that's what you get with this caliber of chef, and it's so like that's not something we really get to see very often, right? On television is like people who are just really vibing on how accomplished their peers are, and I find it immensely soothing to watch.
It's like The Last Dance, right? Like it's like watching.
It really is.
Yeah,
I was thinking of that. Yeah.
It's you know what? That's what makes Gregory this season so impressive is that he's hugging Nene and Stephanie and be like, "Yeah, go steal all my supplies. It's fine. I'm gonna win anyway." He's such a team player too. And he's
when they were all like, let's just execute Gregory's vision. How fucking cool was that?
All right. While we're here, I tweeted out from the Pack Your Knives. Follow us at @PackKnives, PackKnives on Twitter. Tweeted this out last week after we taped, Kevin. You know where Kevin Arnovitz and Tom Haberstroh stand. Did you like this Restaurant Wars format this year? And over 100 people voted. 62% said no. They did not like this year's Restaurant Wars format. So they are Team Kevin on this. And 38% said yes, they liked the 2 episodes with that setup.
Yeah. And just to clarify, like any Restaurant Wars is great television. I like, again, I don't want to relitigate it, but I just feel like the preordained, like I miss the discussion over how to conceptualize this thing. And again, I'm with Mina. I don't need to see bullshit conflict, but I do like sort of the battle of wills because these are really competent, smart chefs. They each have competing visions sometimes when building the concept. And I enjoy that deliberation. Like I enjoy watching the jury in the jury room say, no, we should do it this way, or this is the logic and whatever.
Can I say one thing about the Restaurant Wars format, just because I didn't get to partake in that debate or whatnot? I don't object to it. I do think, however, it fundamentally changes not only the challenge, but the way every person involved approaches it. In particular, the chefs who get to execute their visions. Gregory figured that out, right? Because if you're choosing these 2 chefs based on their concepts, one of them's going home. That's what the format does. You're putting basically everything into their hands, and the other one's going to win. Right. So it sort of reduces or eliminates some of the suspense. But what that means is like if you're a chef like Gregory, you're like, OK, I'm either winning or I'm going home here. I am going to build my team to execute, to do everything possible to make me the winner because I'm going to win. And I think it just becomes very binary that way.
Yeah, my analogy was he drafted for best fit rather than best talent available.
It was amazing. I loved it.
He was just like, you know what? Malarkey is my guy for front of the house. So that's my number 1 pick. And I know I work well with Stephanie and Leanne. I think, Leanne the Expediter. Mina, did you love that?
Oh, yeah, that was a rough scene. I think there's like leadership lessons in that for all of us. Yes. The way Gregory went about building a team. But everything comes back to The Last Dance these days I work at ESPN. It's like, it's a great model if you're Gregory.
Right. And also,
Right,
by
like
the way, it wasn't like he was just benevolent, right? Like there's a point where they're trying to like get him to hurry. He's like, I'm not fucking going home for raw fish. Like everyone needs to chill. Like if we're late, we're late, you know? And I love, that was one of my favorite moments because he's just such a, you know, again, a benevolent guy, but you start putting him on the fire, no pun intended. And it's just like, no, motherfuckers, I'm not going home for raw fish. I loved that moment.
Love him.
All right. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah. Gregory versus the field. Mina, you're going with the field there?
I'm stronger on Melissa than the rest of you, but I just, man, this is, like I said, it's Gregory's season to lose. And I'll be heartbroken. I tweeted this, but like he should not have won a season because I loved May, but that he ran into a buzzsaw. Like so many other seasons he would have won, right? And should have won. And so that's why Top Chef All-Stars exists, for a chef like him who deserved that W to get another shot.
He is at 63 points this season. No one else is higher than 44.
Yeah.
He is just
I always take the
killing.
field. I always take the field, but he has the best shot, I think, by a considerable margin. Like kind of a 40-18-18 and then field or whatever.
Yeah, I'm taking Voltaggio. I'm not shorting Voltaggio. I'm buying his stock right here. It might be high after the win, but I have Voltaggio and Melissa still on the team. Gregory, those are my three. Kevin, you got 3.5 going right now.
Yeah, the ship be sinking. It's okay. Like the ship, like it's fine. I have conceded. I'm already rebuilding. I'm starting to pull people like DNP rebuild, but like we'll see. All right, Mina, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to have this information that serves zero purpose in any area of my life to be put to use.
For Tom Habistro, for Mina Kimes, this is Kevin Ornament, and this is Pack Your Knives.